Have you ever met someone and immediately started looking for red flags? Maybe you've been hurt before. Maybe you've learned to protect yourself. Maybe you've spent enough time in relationships to know that ignoring warning signs can come at a very high price. But what if focusing only on red flags is causing you to miss something just as important? Today we're talking about both sides of the equation. The red flags you shouldn't ignore and the flags you may not be paying enough attention to. Because healthy relationships are not built simply by avoiding bad people. They're built by recognizing the qualities that allow trust, intimacy, respect, and emotional safety to grow over time. And perhaps one of the biggest mistakes people make in dating is becoming experts at spotting problems while remaining completely blind to signs of genuine compatibility. So, let's explore both. And this is Renee. How you guys doing?
How are you? We are doing fine.
Excelente. All right. So yeah, me too. Yeah, it's really muggy right now, raining. I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but in our neck of the woods, it's rainy, right? Or not so much, depending. We're not that far.
No rain for me. No. Sadly, no rain for me.
No, I'll give Thor a call to visit you, okay?
Please do so. Send me some rain because here it's horribly warm and we need some water to refresh a little bit because, oh my God, this is horribly hot here.
Yeah, folks, and look, I'm not going to talk about global warming at length. Global warming is happening. And the reason I say this is because, yes, I have met people who have said, there's no global warming. Oh, yes, there sure is. There sure is.
Yeah. So, what's the topic for today?
Well, the topic today is basically, being able to distinguish and filter red flags from green flags. Because no relationship is fully perfect. And yeah, you should be aware of red flags, of course.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you should know that because nobody's perfect, well, there are several green flags you might come across. So you shouldn't you should go about things with caution without wasting too much time. And I'd say that this way of measuring a relationship, a romantic one, at the beginning at least, is from 3 to 6 months. I don't know. What do you think about that, Michaela?
Oh my God, it's complicated because when we have had a bad relationship or more than one bad relationship, we have that I'm going to say necessity to search for the bad things to avoid to be again in a bad relationship. The problem is that sometimes we spot something as a red flag because we were surprised or because maybe this person did something that triggers something in us and make us think about that other person, ex-person that we used to date, maybe before this person or many years before this person, but the trauma with say it like that still here with us, and we think that this person triggering that insecurity or fear that we have is gonna act the same way And maybe it's just one little thing that trigger, but has nothing to do with the red flag in reality. And we are so afraid to go back to some kind of relationship like we had before that we instantly think that, no, I don't want to be with this person because he's going to be like my ex.
Yeah, we tend to compare, and that's where we should learn to counterbalance. Like, for example, a big red flag is controlling behavior, right? Is it controlling? And that's when you can look at the flip side. Is it? Or maybe they're respecting boundaries and maybe they're telling you things. You have to learn to filter, right? Like, you can juxtapose them, you know? Okay, is this controlling the example?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, not everything is going to be a manipulation. Not everything is going to be an abuse. Not everything is going to be dishonesty. Not because... I'm going to give you an example who might be very stupid, but can be a little bit like that. Imagine it's going to be your boyfriend or girlfriend is doing something behind your back because it's your birthday pretty soon. And this person is acting weird, right? Because this person is maybe planning a surprise party or a surprise or something for your birthday. And then you see that his or she is acting in a very weird way, and you start having that anxiety because something is triggering you, because maybe your ex, let's say, cheated on you, and you are like, okay, he's acting like my ex, he's cheating on me, and you start seeing a lot of red flags around something, because the behavior makes you think about the way your ex was acting. And you are actually thinking that you are about to break up with this person or confront your your boyfriend or girlfriend because he's acting somehow like your ex. And it's not because he's doing something wrong. It's just because he's trying to surprise you with something. But in your head, you have that idea that is triggering you because you are associating that behavior with the behavior that your ex had when he cheated on you. And then you are like, he's cheating on me, she's cheating on me, I want to break up, I have to confront. And you can actually go see your boyfriend or girlfriend and yell at him and confront him or her, and doing a lot of damage in your relationship because you misunderstood something, because something triggering you, and you're not fighting to this person because something he's doing, but because something that makes you react from fear.
Exactly, you're predisposed. So, and that's, I mean, I can tell you, I've been through, whether it's been something about cheating or something about overly involved with their nuclear family, and you're trying to build another family, et cetera, et cetera. There are many things that you might have experienced in the past, and your new partner might take you back to your previous or even anti-penultimate partner, and it's something you have to learn to control and learn to, as opposed to jumping the gun. And that's really hard. For me, it's super hard.
It's hard for everyone, I guess, because once you've been hurt, you don't want to be hurt again. So
yeah.
Somehow you start to seek for something to help you not to be in that same situation. It's like, oh my God, this person is acting that way, and my ex was acting that way, and maybe it's because something is happening, and your head starts to do a lot of bad work, because instead of going to talk to this person with the right emotions, you're right, we go see this person, but with fear, anger, anxiety, discomfort, a lot of insecurities, and you feel like you're already being betrayed, when actually maybe you're right, but maybe you're not.
Exactly. And I know your observations and controlling your tongue. I mean, and even if you do discover something, you must learn, like if you exploded in the past, I can tell you, explosions are never good. I'm not saying don't be upset if something negative learn to control how you're going to react. Because at the end of the day, if you really, really explode and say also, you're actually harming yourself. So I think, observation. And guys, trust me, I'm speaking for myself, Michaela. I don't know about you. I mean, have you had to learn to control yourself? Because I have.
Of course, we all have to learn, because somehow we're not perfect. We all have little things or big things that the other person's not gonna like, and you have to learn how to control some things and certain things and certain reactions. And at the same time, that if you are always making a problem or a drama or a big deal for everything, your partner is gonna end up exhausted, and he's gonna say, you know what, it's enough. I don't want that kind of relationship, because I want to be in peace. I don't want someone who is constantly jumping the guns for nothing. And that's what happens in this case too, because a lot of people have that idea after they've been hurt, that they have to go into a new relationship, but instead of trying to see the good stuff in this relationship, they are so focused on avoiding the pain they felt before that they don't pay attention in the good things in the relationship.
Like, for example, excessive jealousy, which is a big red flag. And some people feel it. I mean, rather than feeling excessive jealousy and keep it, like if you're the way you can do it without saying, hey, who's that? No. But honest communication can help counterbalance that, Like, obviously, whether it's you or the other persons, or the other people too, excessive jealousy is scary. I mean, I know of a case where literally the guy's girlfriend followed him to a bowling alley of all places.
I had a stalker, don't you remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and and
it's horrible. It's horrible situation when you go outside and you want to go buy something at the supermarket, or and you feel like someone is following you, or you're just going to your place and the phone rings and someone's telling you, I know that you're not alone, and you're like, what the hell? Leave me alone. And someone, I know a neighbor who told me, he was sitting there at the restaurant in the corner of your street. And I was like, seriously? Yeah. And he was like, he spent all day there getting coffee and something to eat, because he wanted to know if you were there or not, if you went out or not. And it was not nice at all. It was a horrible time in my life, because I really had a horrible stalker. And it wasn't nice. It was an ex-boyfriend, and I needed to. I actually changed the country, changed my life, changed my address. I said that I was living in another country, and I went to another. It was really a big mess.
Yeah, well, I want to ask you, and I myself have had some weird stuff, but I'm not going to make it about me right now. I'm focusing on you. Now, because he was your boyfriend previously, I mean, this, what I mentioned earlier to counterbalance, like, was he ever capable of this communication with you? Because I guess not, right? Because he became obsessive instead of saying, hey, I'm insecure about this, my darling, like when you guys were
No,
dating.
I think his problem was it was totally different because he was kind of I will say he had some narcissistic traits, and he was always the victim, and he was always trying to manipulate everything, and doing stuff like that. And obviously over a year I realized that this person had some problems, so I just end the relationship. But for him the relationship wasn't over, so that's how he became a stalker, and it wasn't nice at all. It was like a horrible nightmare. I just literally moved, and I said that I was moving very, very far away. And I said that I was literally living in Kuala Lumpur, and I had a friend there. And no, seriously, I had a friend there, and that friend sent me a lot of pictures for me to, to put it on my Instagram and everywhere. So people thought that I actually moved to Kuala Lumpur. And then I moved to at my mom's house, and then I moved to the US, and it was kind of a horrible kind of moment in my life, honestly.
Stop. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, okay, I'm going to share. I also had a boyfriend that I ended things with, just like yourself. He used to hack in the days when hacking was easier, he would hack my emails, my accounts. He stole my my debit card to see how much I steal from me. He just wanted to see how much I had, who I was talking to, and the email thing. I changed my password, I kid you not, like 10 times. But this was back in the day. So yeah, and did we have an honest communication about that? I didn't have to change countries, thank heaven. Like, yes, it was. Yeah, no, and guys, if you've broken up with someone, like really, when it's done, at least for that, I'm not sure gonna revive, but when you have a breakup, it's better to each his own, I feel like that. Like, if the person's faith, you've broken up, hey, I'm not saying it's dead. You got to give the person space. And if the person definitely after the breakups continues, like let's say a month after, don't even try. During that breakup time, I'd say leave them be. Because if they're eager to be with you again, they'll look for you. That's how if they don't want to be with you again, they won't.
I think somehow you're right, but sometimes people need to, I don't know why, but sometimes we think that the person we break up with, or the person who broke up with us, is the solution of our sadness, and we are going to be better if we go back together. But I think that if this person is not, let's say you broke up, and this person is saying to you that he wants to be with you, that he misses you, and whatever. But if this person is not doing anything really, or telling you something real, like, I'm gonna do these efforts, and I'm gonna change that, and let's go to do that, and let's go to therapy, or whatever, but real solutions and real proposals, not just promises like, oh, I miss you, if we go together, I should be a better man or a better woman. But that's nothing, It's like, I'm gonna change, but I'm not going to change. They don't actually saying to you how this person wants to, what this person wants to do with you to change the situation or make a better relationship in the future. Or if this person is just calling you to check and telling you, oh, I miss you, I was thinking about you, that's something that you don't care about, because this person is just checking out to see if he can reach and feel that he can just talk to you to feel okay. He's like a kind of manipulation. He's not trying, or she's not trying to get back with you or have a better relationship with you. He's just checking and, touching base to feel better and know that you're still there for him or for her. So if this person is not talking to you actually with facts and promises that he really wants to do something about the relationship, to get better in the relationship, to go back together and fix the relationship, but something really concrete, this person doesn't want to go back together.
Or wants to return to the same cycle. And there we see, like, if they're just talking out of their, well, I'm not going to use a bad word, but you know what I mean. And there's no consistency between words and actions, then you know that it's a load of hot air. It's just baloney.
Exactly.
Don't waste and neglecting any emotional maturity, because that's another thing. And when they get, like, when you don't give in, let's say the person is persistent to get back with you, and you consistently say, you know what, we're done. I'm sorry. I wish you the best. Always try to wish them, really, instead of saying, I hate you, but at the same time, you want to move on. Please don't go with a new partner right away. No, you can't. You need to take a breather, and so do they. But if you set your boundary and you're polite about it, and that's that, and they don't get it, a lot of people who don't have emotional maturity are going to try to gaslight you.
Yeah, and with manipulation. It's total manipulation. People like who try to controlling your behavior, with things like, I'm just worried about you, or something like, I only want what's best for you, or I don't like your friends because they don't treat you well, or something, sometimes something like another of your friends, I think he wants to be with you and you shouldn't just see this person anymore because I think he's trouble, or stuff like that. Very controlling kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Complete lack of emotional maturity. And guys, when we speak of maturity, I'm telling you, I have met people close to their 80s who haven't emotionally matured. And then I've met people in their early 20s, very emotional. So age has nothing to do with it. Age is out the window.
Totally.
It has, but you do get both red and green flag. And gaslighting is a complete red flag.
Absolutely.
The lack of a kindness.
Absolutely.
Also.
But another thing that I want to be really open with is, even if we know that red flags are important, we cannot be constantly suspicious about something or someone.
Yes.
Because accusations became the FBI monitoring, person who is checking everything and monitoring everything, or try to isolate your partner from their friends or stuff like that. Because you have your issues, that's not a good thing either, because that it's a red flag for the other person.
Of course. Yeah, no, guys, the obsessive FBI, CIA, what's the other one? The Mossad? No. And when you're wrong, or when they're wrong, that's green flag. Like, let's say you have a dispute with your partner. And either, well, let's say you are at fault. Well, if you love that partner, you're going to take accountability, but vice versa.
Absolutely.
If they're at fault, they're going to own up to it and say, you know what, I screwed up.
Yeah, they have to apologize. And I think that's a very important point. To see if your partner is capable, to say, I'm sorry, and apologize.
Yeah, and that there's so much maturity in that. Like, just, and I have done it, guys. I know when I've crossed the line. I do. I'm not saying I'm perfect. To begin with, I shouldn't have crossed the line, but when I have, even if it never talks to me again, if I feel, and you really have to take a look at yourself when you know it was you. But at the same time, when the other person provoked the negative situation, stay calm and just say, look, I'm not going to apologize because I didn't do anything wrong. You should. And if they don't, then right then and there's not much to build off on. And it's hard to face that.
Another thing that, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it has a lot to do with what you just said. When the person is never taking responsibility and it's always someone else's fault. And I think when you are with someone like that, at the end of the day, the relationship is gonna end up being very exhausting, because a person who is not able to take responsibility is like talking with a 2-year-old child. And sometimes 2 years old are capable to say, I'm sorry, I screwed up. Well, not with these words, but I'm sorry, I messed up.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think a person who is not capable of taking responsibility, guys, your relationship is gonna be a very complicated one, because this person will always be the victim and you'll always be the bad guy.
Yeah, and it's not like the Billie Eilish song, I'm the bad guy. No, you don't want to be. It's like a break, right? It takes two to tango a lot of the time, folks, and that's an old expression. But yeah, and another thing is, okay, let's say you are with your partner, you're tired of and you've been applying to other jobs, and suddenly you land the interview you wanted, and your partner looks at you and says, go babe, go. That's a green flag. That's mute work. But if your partner says, hey, the hours suck, you're going to be working from 5 to 11, and I won't be able to see you all day long, who do you think you are? That's a red flag. So that there too, partners should support. If your partner, like if you get a job, let's say from 2 to 11, I'm exaggerating the hours, and your partner says, look, they're long hours, but I support you and you're excited about it and I know you want it. I support you. In fact, I'll pick you up, or if you can get a ride with a friend.
Exactly.
Oh, congratulations, right? But a next partner, a red flagger, is going to say, this sucks. I forbid you. Or that's an exaggerated. Or this sucks. How would you like it if I did the same? Like with that sort of baloney.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Someone No, go ahead and finish up. Finish up and we'll say it.
And then I'll you're striving to, again, age has nothing to do with it. You can be 25 or 55. You're striving to be better every day.
Absolutely.
If you're saying. And so you want a partner who's gonna Who's going to back you? Who isn't going to throw things like, well, oh, so long, maybe I'll get another girlfriend. I mean, those sorts of lines exist, okay?
Absolutely.
Or I'll get a boyfriend. That's such a dampener. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to build this. Or it happens with families too, people, kids, you know, the typical homemaker, whether it's a man or a woman. I keep thinking of Tony Danza. I'm giving oration, you know, who's the boss? Okay, if I were Judith Light or whatever, and Tony Danza gets, I'm not using their acting names, I'm using their real names. He's been a homemaker the whole time, and she's been a successful career woman, and he suddenly lands something amazing, and he says, you know what, I'll be able to raise the kids no more, but I'll help you find someone, and I love you, and I'll support you. I'd be like, if I were her, I'd be like, okay, all right, let's look for someone, and I want you to grow, because I love you.
Yeah. You always find the way.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't mean to be a cheese ball, folks, but when you love somebody and vice versa, when it's real love, that's where you trust the person and you want to believe in them, and vice versa, you know. I'm too famous people in real life who've been together, and sure, they've had their ups and downs, but
like everybody else, I think that we all have ups and downs with our partners, and it's totally normal. The same way we have ups and downs with friends, the same way we have ups and downs with parents and family. It's normal. But it's true what you're saying, that, I mean, making mistakes in relationships is normal. Finding ways to fix the problems, it's the best way to do things. If you have a problem, or you see that your partner is miserable in his work, and he is good doing other stuff, even better than the job he has, and he wants to change his path because he's or she is totally, you know, tired and exhausted to do this work, and this person is, you know, I need to quit because this thing is eating me alive.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a job right away, because I really want to try to do what I really like to. And you say, you know what, no. Or you leave this person because he lost his job. Seriously, you're not a nice person. Sorry to tell you that, but you're not a nice partner either. Because where's the support? You are with the person because they can actually give you money, or because they have a stability at that moment. But when the other person is down and you are the one who has to work or whatever, it's not like, oh, I'm not supporting you anymore because you're not doing anything or working anymore, so you leave. That's not a good relationship. That's not a good partner. Actually, the good partner will say, you know what, I will support you, and I wish you the best luck, and I will help you to find the job of your dreams. It's another different thing if your partner quits and doesn't do anything to find another job. That's not the same. Because if the other person is just saying, oh, she's working or he's working, I have nothing to do, it's another story. But if your partner is absolutely working his ass off to find the new work, and you leave that person, or this person leaves you if the opposite way around, seriously, that's an amazing red flag. And you shouldn't feel sad because this person left.
Looking for real conversations about love, connection, and everything in between? Listen to Love Hacks. Honest, heartfelt, and in 4 languages: English, Espanol, Francais, and Portuguese. Find your version wherever you get your podcast. See you soon.
And Michaela said it, you know, again, use your criteria. People, we have criteria. and we do have a chip in there. If your partner is fed up with the job because he or she gets abused at the job, because there's a lot of jobs, and they've been searching while working at that job, they've been applying to other jobs, you know that they're proactive, you know that they're trying to get something better. And when they make the transition, even if it takes a couple of months, you know that they're headed for something. But if you see the person like get late to work every day and be like, you know what, they didn't let me smoke weed this afternoon because I was stressed, and because I got high, then that's a recipe for disaster. They quit and I love her, babe, I think I'm gonna I won't let you, I applied, then okay, am I dumb or what? Like, okay, this person is a flaccid, I'm not word is just a flaccid piece of meat. Am I going to pull that weight, that flaccid meat of his? Or I'm going to say, you know what, enjoy your weed or whatever it is you want, your drinks or partying or whatever, and see ya. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, so, but filter, right? It doesn't take a rocket scientist. That's so cliche, but it's the truth. Come on, you got a brain, okay? You can tell the difference between the two. And also, what I wanted to mention is partner is always gonna make you feel safe, valued, and comfortable being yourself.
Absolutely.
Right?
If you can be your own self with your partner and you always are like walking in eggshells and being cautious on what you're going to do or going to say, or that's not a good relationship, guys. You should be in peace. You should be happy. You should be enjoying the quiet moments with this person. You will be able to say what you think and your opinions and express yourself the way you need to. I'm not saying that you have to be using bad words or something like that, but you can express what you feel, what you think. If this person doesn't agree, you don't have to feel guilty or anxious because maybe a problem is just around the corner because you are not agreeing with this person. If you cannot be yourself with your partner, guys, honestly,
it's not for you. And I'm going to share this with you, Michaela. I had 2 incidents. Well, I've quite a few, but 2 of them were with the same person. One of them, because I'm kind of quirky, and when I was younger, I was quirkier. And I remember acting, I remember, I was weird at the mall with this person, because sometimes I'm like, hey, let's pretend we're Martians or whatever, because I'm crazy, okay? Crazy fun. I'm not saying psycho, okay? Anyhow, so I was doing like acting like an alien, or what I think an alien should be. Person suddenly turns around and says, and I wasn't making a big scene or anything. It was discreet, The person says, aren't you ashamed? And I'm like, of what? And you're acting so, like, weird. But I was just going, how are you? And between him and I, that was one. And the other one was, I used to sing in a rock band. It was a amateur band. And the person told me, my parents approve of you singing in a rock band. And at the time, because I wanted to really impress this person, I was like, oh, well, I guess, guys, I was young, okay? Don't go so hard on me. I was young. But I was trying to impress this person. You shouldn't sing in a rock band. I was like, okay, I'll give it up. And you know what? I regret that. I do. We can't cry over spilt milk. But these are 2 examples of a cancellation of personality. And guys, I'm not saying be the center of the universe. No. What I'm saying is you have to be comfortable in your own skin with your partner and vice versa. If that person doesn't like you doing certain things or having your hobbies, again, in the last podcast, I mentioned some guy said, "Oh, can you wear button shirts and wear," I didn't say button shirts, but that was another thing, "and wear super long nails." Guys, no, I didn't get the nails, thank heaven. Okay? I was a bit older there. But, I mean, what sort of requests are those? And I never told the guy, "Hey, can you grow a foot-long beard for me because I find that attractive?" That's nonsense. Like, so why did they pick you on this, right? It's like, you're not being difficult. One thing is to say, "Hey, maybe you should try this haircut because I think it'll suit you," but in a nice way. And another thing is saying, "Hey, can you have these really long nails so you can scratch me?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I had a friend a long time ago who his boyfriend told her that he should dress like her cousin. And I was like, what the heck? Why you should dress with like your cousin? And it was because he liked the style that she was using more than. And I was like, yeah, but you're not your cousin. You're you.
That's a red.
So you know what? Leave this guy.
Absolutely. I mean, well, for starters, oh my God, that's your freaking cousin, you know? So, yeah, guys, I mean, it's a hard road. I mean, it can be a very beautiful road, but
what
really,
we're trying to say, I think, sorry to interrupt again, is don't get obsessed with red flags, but don't forget to be able to spot them. But do not forget to spot the green ones.
Exactly. Because if the guy says, "Oh, I really like long nails, but oh, your hands are beautiful," that's very different. It's like, okay, I like long nails, but I love your hands. Okay, then that's fine.
Or we have a wedding. Could you please, for the wedding, have long nails? It would be very nice because I really love your hands when you have long nails. It changes everything.
An approach, exactly.
Yeah, this person is not telling you have to wear all the time your long nails. It's like, at the wedding, I would like to see you with your long nails because I think it looks so beautiful in you. So could you just do this for me and the wedding, whatever. It's a nice moment to ask you something.
Yeah, and it's just a petition. It's not like, "Hey, you need to wear long red." No, he's saying it nicely, and you have the right to say, "Well, okay," or, "You know what? No, oh, okay, we're fine." Like, those are little details, and as Michaela said, it's not about the end of or anything. Well, long nails or not, like, if you don't want to, if your partner is cool, they'll accept that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyhow, Michaela, well, I think we've covered everything. So guys, main message: learn to distinguish between red flags and green flags. Keep your eyes open.
And don't get obsessed about it, because yes, sometimes we have to be cautious and we need to observe and be able to spot them. But not everything is what it looks like. And sometimes something is, as I was saying at the beginning, it might be a behavior that triggers something, but it's not the behavior you are actually seeing. It's something that triggers you. So be careful with that. Don't forget to see the good sides too, because green flags exist too. So be careful with that. And enjoy your life with your partners, but be careful.
Just have a clinical eye.
Yeah.
All right? All right. Well, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. I wish you all a wonderful week. And Michaela, closing words?
I hope we are going to see you next week, and I'll see you soon.
See ya.
Bye. If this episode resonated with you, make sure to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.